All right, you saw them yesterday as they were in the national spotlight on the Katie Show right here on RTV6.
And tonight we are following our twins ×2 story as the babies venture out into the big city. We first met the family 9 months ago when their mother, who grew up in Indiana, and their surrogate, who still lives here, were both pregnant.
RTV6 anchor Erica Fly is with the family in New York City and has more on their adventure.
Even in the hustle and bustle of New York City, this family commands attention.
New York City, here we come.
All eyes gravitate to 4 babies. Misty and Brian Baker are used to the stairs and don't mind a bit.
It's nothing but a joy to show off these beautiful babies that wouldn't be here if it weren't for the gift of life that God gave us.
Amber Pluckybaum gave the Bakers part of that gift. She's not only Misty's best friend, she was her gestational surrogate. She offered to get implanted with Misty and Brian's embryos and got pregnant with their twins, Victoria and Madison.
Madison, every time she sees me now, she always gives me this look, this like squints her eyes and just like she's like, I know. I may be little, but I know.
At the same time Amber was implanted, Misty, who'd struggled with infertility for 10 years, gave in vitro fertilization one more try. This time it worked. She also got pregnant with twins, Hope and Connor. Now Misty and Brian have 2 sets of twins, almost 8 months old now, which makes traveling from their home in Seattle across the country to New York a bit of a challenge.
It's no traveling with just a carry-on these days. Definitely have checked luggage.
Yeah, I think it required about 4 or 5 days of planning before we actually, well, in fact, that's about all we had to think about was about 5 days of notice to come here. So.
Producers of the ABC talk show Katie learned of this unique story after our exclusive report aired last year. With very short notice, they invited the Bakers and Amber, who lives in Kokomo, to the Big Apple to be on the show. I was backstage, and it was a bit hectic as the families prepared to be in the national spotlight.
You got to change diapers, and you got to make sure they don't have little boogers in their nose, and they're clean, and, you know, they're happy.
Katie Couric put everyone at ease.
She was so warm and friendly, and you felt like she just was so welcoming to you, but you really didn't have time to think about yourself being nervous.
Madison was quite content on Katie's lap.
She's like, I'm going to be a talk show hostess like Katie, aren't ya?
This is fun, you know, and we get to share a really great story about our relationship and about the babies and maybe be some encouragement for those who are struggling with infertility.
For both families, New York was a welcomed vacation. The last year has been filled with hope and prayers. They are grateful for the happy ending.
We know how it ended, and we have a beautiful success story that we couldn't be more thankful for.
Well, that was Erica Fly reporting. The babies will be 1 in June. The Bakers say the kids are healthy, active, and teething. Misty's parents have been helping them out in Seattle, and Erica says the grandparents came along on this trip, too.